they hate. And I know better than to listen to the people who are calling us slaves. I can feel the sunlight shining.
Well, good morning and welcome to episode 861 of the Lots Project Morning Show, where the coffee's strong, the opinions are stronger, and everything is always filter free. I'm Brian, your host, and it's October 27th, 2025, end of October. Last show in October today. This morning, I'm enjoying a fresh cup of the Survivor's Blend from foodforestfarms.com because life's too short for shitty coffee. At Food Forest Farms, your beans are roasted by real human hands using a clean stream air roaster. More than just a customer, your family. Get 10% off with code LOTS10. That's LOTS10. And shipping is always free. While you're there, check out C4 Club and for even more awesome perks. And check out this Survivor's Blend limited time, very limited time from what I can tell, since old Scrambling sealing up pretty quick there. Survivor Blend available until he can walk again, I believe. Twin packs available, and it's fantastic. I'll talk about it here in just a second. Other than that, today we've got another full show. We're shifting gears on the cabin build, but we're still moving forward. Had to pivot a little bit at the for the last week or so, and it looks like going forward for at least a little bit here. I will also dive into the latest 3i Atlas updates because, yeah, they're getting even closer. Whatever you want to call it, is moving closer and closer. I believe the next couple days it will be as close to the sun as it will get, and then we'll find out what happens as he swings here by Earth. And wrapping things up with a little what-if theory about the government shutdown and what could happen here in the next week or so. So let's grab your coffee, smash the like button, and let's get started. How we doing? Good morning. Scrambling University from Food Forest Farms over there. Good morning. Love to all and peace to you, sir. Congratulations on all the healing up you're doing. I've been following you over in your Telegram channel there. That's fantastic. And weird when you use the things that nature provided to help heal. Things go well. Good morning, Rewilder Life says good morning, trying to wake up. It's the dark days of fall. Yeah, I think, is this the last week before daylight savings? We'll get to save our daylight. Take an hour of daylight and put it in your pocket, but yeah, daylight savings coming up here in the next week or so. So it's that weird, awkward time when we feel like it should be a little different, and soon it will, because we can make daylight. Rewilder Life also says Hurricane Cat 5. That's the only news I know. Yeah, it sounds like there's a big old storm headed for Jamaica. Is it there today? I don't know if it's supposed to hit today or when it was supposed to hit, but it's a pretty nasty one down there. It's saying that it's going to be the biggest hurricane to ever hit Jamaica when it gets there, if things continue the way they're going. So, Martinson family, good morning to you. How is it going with you up there in Canada land? Guys, this Survivor Blend Brian sent out with the C4 packages this week. He blended it up. I believe it's a blend of the If you're still listening there, Scrambling, what is it? Is it a light it's a dark Brazilian or a medium dark Brazilian and light Colombian, I believe is what he went with, or maybe it was a 3-bean blend. I can't remember. It is a light with a dark. I believe the dark side is the Brazilian, and it's good. It's good, guys. Good morning, Hunter, over on Twitch. Thanks for popping in. This is absolutely fantastic cup of coffee. If you're looking for something that you could drink all day, that'll wake you up in the morning. If you want a couple cups there, if you want to hit it in the middle of the day for a pick-me-up, or something in the evening, if you're an evening coffee drinker, this Survivor's Blend is definitely. Oh, you made the 2 Survivor Blends. It's the Aces and Eights. Okay, so the message didn't go out or wasn't received, at least on my end. There's Aces and Eights. Okay, so Aces and Eights, different Aces and Eights on the on the Survivor blend label. And he sent it out in twin packs, and I didn't catch the message. Weird. It didn't make it all the way to me, but it looks like the eights blend of the Aces and Eights twin pack is a Brazilian Colombian, and I believe that is what I have right now. I could run out and check the bag. And then the Aces is a 3-bean blend. Okay, gotcha. Anyway, I have to believe that I have that Colombian Brazilian in the cup today. Have to. It's just the way it tastes. I can tell. I'm starting to become a coffee aficionado, drinking Brian's fantastic coffee from Food Forest Farms. But anyway, starts light on the tongue. It's very pleasurable to drink, and then as it resonates in your mouth, and then it sits on your tongue a little bit, there is a nice full flavor at the end, and it's that dark, full flavor that I'm not that almost, I don't want to call it bitter. It's not bitter. Like people think bitter and they're like, oh yuck. It's just a fuller flavor that it's not my favorite. I'm more of a light crisp, light roast guy. I always have been since I started drinking coffee, really. But man, as a finisher on this cup, that fuller flavor is it's fantastic. So yeah, it hits right on the spot. It's definitely a solid blend. So congratulations, Brian. And if you're looking to pick up some of this and give it a try, definitely head over to foodforestfarms.com. I believe there is a link over there for a twin pack of this, and order it up. Use lots 10. Save yourself 10% and find it. Foodforestfarms.com. You can find that down in the audio notes in the video description, or over on the blog post for the episode. Once that is up, there's always links over there. And you can find it at thelotsproject.com. There's all sorts of banners, and Brian and I work together quite a bit. So lots of advertising for foodforestfarms.com. Find it. Rewilder Life says, nice hat. Yeah, I've this one is I like it. I'm trying to keep it decent. It's tough with me with black hat. I sweat a lot, and they turn into black with white lines all over them as soon as I sweat in them. So this has kind of been saved for show mornings, and if I'm going out to dinner or something, I'd have to have a nice hat because I haven't cut the hair in quite a while. Mike's Homestead, morning. Thanks for stopping in. Martinson family says up for work, coffee, and a joint. Nothing wrong with that in the morning. Wake and bake makes the life go smooth. So anyway, it's been a rough morning. Cat did some destruction last night. Decided to jump up on my desk. Computer was on. All my notes were up for the show today. All sorts of other stuff. And my fault. I know it's my fault. I didn't turn my keyboard off. I didn't switch it off. Gosh, imagine that. I didn't switch my keyboard off. And she decided to do a double whammy on me. She decided to dance on the keyboard and then also throw my mouse on the floor, which sent me in a scurry this morning because I thought it was broken. It wouldn't work. I could see the pointer on the screen, but it wouldn't connect. It wouldn't. I use a wireless mouse. I turn it on, turn it off, blah blah blah. Just it wouldn't work. And so I was tracking down a spare for Corey from Corey. We have an emergency spare mouse, and grabbed the spare mouse. She got it out for me, and then I realized that maybe when she knocked it off, the battery got lodged or something. So I just grabbed a new full battery, switched out the battery, and that did it. It was able to connect. But once I got the screen up, I was looking, and she decided, as she pranced all over the keyboard, that she was going to print some stuff off of Facebook. She was going to saved some files with some nonsense characters. I don't know if she sat on the keyboard for a while or what happened, but I'm still discovering the things that she screwed up. So we'll find out if my notes and stuff are actually there. Scramblin says they got a new cat this week and a new dog in the last week or two. Also, congratulations on that. He says it's a Siberian and now it's a zoo. Dude, it was a zoo before. It was a zoo at your place before, but yeah, add in the new additions. Congratulations on your new kids. So, I guess that's it on the coffee. It's really good. I don't know. I opened that bag yesterday morning. We were kind of stuck in. Well, Saturday this week we decided to stay in and try to get some stuff done around the camper. We'd been spending all our time out at the cabin and working out there, and so yesterday it's supposed to rain all day, and it did. It really did. Talk about that in a second, but we decided to stay home on Saturday. We got some stuff done around here. We got I got the wood stove ready, got the stovepipe cleaned out, got the wood stove cleaned out, got some wood ready because it's getting kind of chilly in the overnights, and it is what it is. It is what it is. It's getting there to where Corey will probably want to burn a fire in the mornings, and it's fall. Take the chill off. It was kind of chilly for a couple mornings in a row, and then it warmed up a little bit with this rain. But then it's supposed to rain all day yesterday, so we weren't going to go out and deal with the road. Canadian Farmstead says, "Good morning. My phone has decided to play no sound, so I can't listen." You're supposed to turn the volume up. Easily fixed there, Canadian Farmstead. Oh, he can't hear me to turn up the volume, but turn up the volume. Hopefully you stick around and watch. Just leave it on the table, would you? I could use the views. Wilder Life says it's 29 there. Yeah, it was high 30s. And so it gets a little chilly in here when it's high 30s, and we don't have a furnace on. We don't have the propane furnace or anything like that. It's just it is what it is. But we didn't want to deal with the road yesterday with the rain, and so we called it a weekend here. And it was all right. It poured all day yesterday, like off and on, absolute downpour, and then just a steady rain when it wasn't downpouring. Hunter says it's 63 there. I think it's up in the 50s here now. I think overnights were supposed to end up in the 50s once the rain came in, but the road's going to be a mess. And so my job today, after I get the show process, get comfrey orders processed, get everything going, is I got to sneak out to the property. There's no chance I'm trying to drive in. I'm going to park at the end at Jamie's and walk in, because I have a feeling that the part that got tore up, I talked about last week, that was a mess, is a mess again. I was able to get in the middle of the week last week, so I did normal stuff and didn't go out to the property on Monday and Tuesday last week. Come Wednesday, I parked and walked back, and I kind of evaluated the situation, because once turning around before the muddy mess, and it looked okay. It seemed like it had gotten solid. It looked like somebody had driven up there. Turns out that one of the other property owners there is kind of staying back there for a little bit. And he had driven in and out. And so Thursday, Friday, I was able to drive in and out. No problem. And then, yeah, Sunday, yesterday, it just was a ton of rain. So I got to go scope out the road. I also have to go back and see how our house wrap held up in the wind. I did a little repair this week after a few super windy days. Last weekend I had some of the nails had ripped. It's not really the ideal situation for the house wrap. House wrap's supposed to be nailed to the sheathing. There isn't a whole lot of movement there when it's installed properly and used for its intended purposes. This is the way we put it up. We didn't have a whole lot of space to nail it, other than along the edges and then at each of the posts. So it's been flapping in the breeze quite a bit. It's tore a little bit. Luckily, this rainstorm, we didn't have a ton of wind. It was a lot of just rain and heavy rain. I think we got well over an inch yesterday, just during the day. So I don't know what it did overnight. So I'm going to go head back, check out the road, see if I have to do any repairs to the house wrap, see if we kept that subfloor dry, or if I have to get some fans, some solar fans on that, and figure out what damage the rain did. But anyway, I talked about last week that with the road tore up, we had finished up the subfloor, and I need material. I need 2x6s and 2x4s to do some framing. I got to frame out the windows. We have the windows and doors on order, but I'm out of material, and the delivery truck isn't going to be able to make it back to the place with the road in the condition it is. So not knowing when the road is going to be finished and when we'll be able to get a delivery truck back there, I had to come up with something else to do, be productive at least in my time that I can spend back there. And so basically I decided to start clearing the on-site work for the solar field. Yeah, it's interesting. It's back to the same thing like I cleared for Tim's solar field over on the Delinquent Scully side. This I'm clearing is overgrown blackberries, brambles, thorns, all sorts of shit. I'm all cut up. You can't really tell on the screen there, but I would come home Thursday and Friday and I was just like tore up on my arms, shredded from pulling all that stuff out of there. There's saplings, but basically I have to clear for the panels themselves, it'll be a 15-ish foot wide and probably 60-foot long area is where the array will mount, and then a ton of trees. I'm talking like over a dozen trees are going to get dropped to alleviate shading. So that's a lot of work. I got to have to clear the area both where the panels are going to go. I have to clear the area where the trees will be dropping so that I can cut them up when I drop them and be able to use the wood instead of just dropping them and let them lay. And then also there's a ton of previous deadfall in the area where we're going to put this. Trees that had fallen, I don't know if it was when they were logging it, since they had logged it, but there's just tons of stuff all over the ground. I reminded Corey when we first were cutting paths through the area, and we had a path that went right through this spot on this parcel when we hadn't even started. I think this was even before Tim had put a cabin up of any site on his side. There were plenty of places where we were climbing over fallen trees. We were cutting paths through just piles and piles of branches and things that had fallen over the time. And this is one of the spots that we had just cut through. So there's plenty of stuff on the ground that's really decaying and rotten. It's not like you can pick up a big branch and move it. You pick up the branch and it breaks into like 100 pieces. So raking that out for biomass and ground cover and things like that is an option. Leaving it as it sits, depending on where the posts fall for the solar panels, is an option. But right now I'm just trying to clear it to get to the access to where I can work down there. So that is probably about everything that's on the schedule right now until we can get material for on-site stuff. Other than that, you can kind of see on the whiteboard. There you go, up there. Yesterday, John John Palmer over in the Telegram group says pump up the volume. Is my volume low today? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure if he's just sending random gifts or what's going on over there. Anyway, yesterday I got started working on the design specs of the solar system and then also the house electric. We have. It's not like I haven't thought about this anymore or before, but basically I got to the major components in the system: the panels, the charge controller, inverter, the batteries. And then the major circuits we're going to have in the house. Like I visualized all that. We're going to have mini splits. We're going to have lighting. We're going to have ceiling fans and whatever. And just I visualized kind of the circuits, the utility room. It's all kind of it's been spinning around in my head, but I haven't sat down and spec'd out everything in between. So you got to have, you have your panels, and then you wire your panels together, and then you have to have fuses and disconnects and switches and everything along the way. The wiring that runs from the panels to the house, the safety features that are in the house that are on the solar side, on the battery side, and then everything on the panel side and beyond. So I sat down and started doing that yesterday, drawing out basically a blueprint, and following my current and my voltages and sizing wire, determining where I need fuses, where I need disconnects and all the stuff along the way. So that was a little progress. There's a lot of stuff that I'm going to be able to order early and make myself. I don't think I'm going to buy any like pre-stock combiner boxes or things like that. I will buy an empty box and put it together, order what I need and customize it for my needs, and wire it up myself. That's stuff that can be done offsite when nothing's installed, just kind of preparing things as we go. So that is getting those lists together and getting ready to order that. I was checking out on Signature Solar. I mentioned last week the Signature Solar is I partnered up with them for this big solar experiment as an affiliate, and I was checking out their site for a lot of the components and seeing if that'll work. If I can order it from them, or if I'll just be ordering the major stuff, like the inverter, the batteries, and whatnot from them. I'm not quite sure yet. So just going down that path. That was a little progress there, and also started thinking about our water system. And I had a couple different directions I wanted to go with that, whether it be DC RV pump like we've been using in the RV, if I wanted to run a booster pump off a tank, or if I wanted to run a submersible tank. Those were the three options I've been kind of batting around in my head, and I think I've settled on a booster pump, an AC booster pump style, in a little bit of a well house with a pressure tank and kind of a setup if you have a well, but not with the well, with a tank. So that has started to be specced out a little bit, and deciding how it's all going to go together and where I want to locate it. So all this stuff had to kind of wait until we had the cabin up and knew the area we were working on. Where we would be working with, what kind of water, or excuse me, what kind of space we would be working with, where we could set our water tank, where the solar field was going to be in relation to the house. So having that a broad idea of the equipment, and the functionality, and now it's getting kind of fine-tuned to where we know run lengths and location and things like that. Yeah, so that's kind of a cabin update. Let me see if there was anything else on my notes. So yeah, no definitive date or timeline on the road, and when that will be completed. I know they weren't out this weekend. As far as Saturday, we were out to grab some mail. He wasn't out there, and if he was working yesterday in the rain, best of luck to him. But looks like it's going to be another week of figuring it out and seeing if I can get in or out. At least one day, like I said today, I'll be walking in to inspect and see how the house wrap held up with all this rain yesterday. So that's the cabin update. Every day that goes by is a day we wish we could be out there, but it's just slow going and trying to roll with it, with the things that are out of my control, and do as much as I can that is in my control. So that is that. Another thing that I don't have any control over is the Bitcoin price. You can see last night she shot up over 115. On the ticker tracker, we were looking at 115,247, 115,247 on the Bitcoin price this morning. Scramble and was saying in the Telegram chat last night that we blasted through 115. We should be hitting a new all-time high this week. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I just don't know anymore. I don't know anymore with Bitcoin price. We will see what happens. But if you have Bitcoin and you're watching that price go up, price go up, price go down, price go up, price go down. Excuse me, guys, I got an itch in my nose. It's one of those that I can't tell if I'm going to sneeze or not, and I think it's just going to come all of a sudden, and you guys will get to see it. So yay! Anyway, if you are watching your wallet balance and you got it in, say, Exodus on your phone, you got it in a software wallet, something that you were just learning, and you're like, oh, I'll just use this. It's simple and easy. It is. It's simple, easy, convenient, and semi-safe. But if you're looking at that balance and going, man, if somebody grabbed my phone and they could just send this to themselves and I have no recourse, it's not like you can call up the Bitcoin customer service number and say, hey, I had somebody hack my my software wallet and stole all my Bitcoin. They're going to go, okay, maybe you should have a hardware wallet. You're going to want a hardware wallet. You're going to want to check out the Blockstream Jade and Jade Plus. Jade or Jade Plus, from Blockstream. Those are the two hardware wallets I recommend, the ones I've been using for a couple of years now. Easy to use with the Blockstream app and easy to set up. And they're easy enough for a beginner, and you are able to customize them enough. They are optimizable enough for someone that's looking for higher end security. You can check out the Blockstream and the Blockstream Jade. Save 10% with code The Lots Project, or you can hit the link in the video description or the audio description. You can find the link over on the Lots Project. You will click that, automatic discount applied at the end. If you need help setting up your Jade or have questions about it or why you'd want to use it, you're welcome to reach out to me. You can email me. You can find me on Telegram or reach me on any of the socials. Just reach out and ask a question, or hey, if you just want to say hi, you can say hi. But anyway, Blockstream, Jade, and Jade Plus for securing your Bitcoin. As that price goes up, guys, you're going to want to have a handle on that. And the handy little device will help secure your funds. So check that out, and we'll watch the Bitcoin price this week. Any predictions on next week, you can throw them in the comments. Saying next Monday we're going to be sitting at 122,651. Here, let me write that. 122,651. There we go, guys. That's next week's prediction. We'll see how horribly off I am, because I'm really bad at that. All right, on to the next thing. Let's go with John Palmer's prediction for next week, 125, 783. He hit that up over in the Telegram chat at t.me/lots chat. I got two other topics on the list here. I want to hit one. I'm not sure how long that'll take. It's just something I was thinking about with the government shutdown. I assume the government's still shut down. I didn't check the news this morning, guys. I just I was busy. I was busy. I looked yesterday, and it appeared that they were still shut down. They're still arguing over. As far as I can tell, they're arguing over healthcare for non-citizens. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, it's been a while. It's been like 3 weeks now, and I don't know if your life has changed. Mine hasn't really changed much at all. Somebody said last week that my road's has construction going on it, and the government shut down. Weird, but it's not fixed. So Hunter must have been looking at my notes or something, but Hunter says this food stamp thing is interesting. That's the thing that caught my eye. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back, guys. All right. So the food stamp thing got me thinking. So if you don't know, I looked at it a little bit. I don't partake in any of the food stamp or government welfare programs, but it appears that food stamps, SNAP, through the EBT system, gets issued once a month, maybe twice a month. Maybe it comes twice a month. Maybe they had enough to fund it on the last deposit. But anyway, coming up on November 1st, a whole lot of people in this country, more than I ever expected when I saw the number, and I don't have it on top of the notes here. I know it's a lot of people. Some I'm sure need it, some I'm sure abuse it, and some I'm sure just get it because they can. It is what it is. It's just it's a system that's flawed, and it is what it is. But anyway, there's a lot of people out there, a whole lot of people that are that rely on this card full of money. People are going to rely on this money, and if the government stays shut down, I think they actually announced that even if they passed it now, it wouldn't be enough turnaround time. I'm guessing that they'd figure something out, but if it, as of now, November 1st, there won't be any payments deposited. God damn it. Hunter did look at my notes. Hunter looked at my notes. So I'm thinking about a scenario where a lot of people, and I have to say, and I'm not making judgments of the people that are getting food stamps or getting SNAP benefits. But I've seen the videos. I've seen once I saw one, of course, and I read it, and I was like, I read the notes, and I listened to the video a couple times. That's what filled my feed. It was a young lady that I'm pretty sure she was from the inner city, saying that if she didn't have her SNAP, if she didn't have her food stamps, that she was just going to go to the store and take it anyway. That she had no way to feed her kids. That if this money doesn't come, then she's just going to go take it because she deserves the food or needs it, or I can't remember what her deal was. Hunter says last year was 12.4% of the country was on assistance. Okay. That's enough. And then there were a lot of similar video sentiments that if the money doesn't show up, my kids are going to be hungry. I'm going to have to go just take the food. And it really, the first couple of videos I saw just made me think, what if this happens? It's going to be a shit show. It's going to be a big shit show when a lot of people that receive assistance aren't paying attention to the government shutdown, and all of a sudden their balance isn't there. It's going to be a big wake up at the store when they find out. I think the majority assumes that the rest, everybody just watches the news and everybody knows what's going on, and that's something else that I've been thinking a lot about is the announcements via social media, and being on a teeter of really considering dumping social media. I know I've talked about it before, but I'm getting to that. I'm really getting to that tipping point, and talking to some people that have done it, and the incessant assumption that everybody has it, everybody uses it, and this is where our main source of communication can be, is it's what is going on with you? Cat is back again. I was ready to throw the cat outdoors. Did you want to come up and say hi to everybody? No, you're gonna run away. Sorry. The notification model. I think if I'm on food stamps, I'm probably not sitting around watching the news all day. Maybe I am. I don't know. I'm not on it. I don't know how this goes. But is anybody going to how many of these people are going to know about it until they walk into the stores and it's canceled? And so I just started picturing the scenario how this goes down, and Hunter brought up some good points. Is that 3 days of food in the average household? Is it 3 days of food in the average SNAP recipient's household? Is it 3 days? Let's just assume, just for a round number, 3 days, and people get a little sideways after 3 missed meals. So we're looking at the first is on Saturday, I believe. So the first is on Saturday. That's when payments are expected. So by the middle of next week, the 5th or the 6th, shit could be going sideways if payments haven't been allocated by then, if the government hasn't been restored to full operations. Stuff could get pretty hairy pretty quick. There's already a growing sentiment of I'll just take it if I need it. Rewilder Light says, how will the stores do? Unless we have some roof Koreans, I think they're going to get looted. It would be my guess. Rewilder Light says, do kids still get their school meals? I don't know. I didn't look that far into it, but man, when I was going to the school, not in school, but going to the school, the amount of free meals was kind of ridiculous. I can only imagine it's gotten worse, and it's a good thing. I can't say that it's a bad thing. I think if a kid's only meal is at school, it should be provided. it could be provided. I don't know about should, but man, it's not the kid's fault. But when my kid was eating breakfast and then going eating breakfast again at school because it was free, it didn't really make a lot of sense. And I'm not the type of person that's like, oh, well, I don't have to buy it because it's there for free. I think I ended up doing it because it was easiest. But yeah, I don't know if those programs are state funded or federally funded. I didn't even think about that. But anyway, when shit goes sideways, it's going to be messy. And Hunter says it in one of his comments, says, and then the National Guard is already positioned around the country. Exactly. Why? I shouldn't say why. The National Guard is already stationed in a lot of flashpoint cities. Chicago, Memphis. Is this it, guys? Is this, Hunter says, not saying it's plans, it's just super convenient. I'm wondering though, is this how shit goes sideways? Is this the tipping point? Is the teapot starting to whistle right here in the next couple weeks? Hunter says, and it's right at the end of harvest season. Is that because people won't have anything to do because their jobs will be? Mike Somstead says, will it affect Social Security? I don't know. I wouldn't think it should. It shouldn't affect Social Security since that's just everybody's money that they put in, and it's never touched by the government. If they take it out of your paycheck, it's just there, right? It's like a big savings account. They would never use Social Security for anything else. It's not like a Ponzi scheme or anything, isn't it? Hunter says Social Security is still good. Thank God. Thank God. John Palmer says, in my town, I'll just take it, won't go well. I mean, I think that's Mike Thompson says his wife works at a bank. It's a big deal. I'm not saying that this isn't a big deal. I think it's a huge deal. I think it's more of a deal than. Here's the thing: it might be in the news. It might be all over the news. I don't know. I don't watch it. I don't watch the news, but I think it's going to be a way bigger problem than what we think. We'll see. If you're in a city, I feel like that other guy. Get out! I would just be aware come Saturday if the government hasn't figured their shit out, that there might be a lot of folks that are a little angry, that might be getting a little hungry, might be getting a little hangry. Just keep an eye out, guys. And it's not just the cities, really. John Palmer said that, in my town, I'll just take it, won't go well. That doesn't mean people won't try. And it's not necessarily the stores that they're going to go looking for food. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. It could be really, really bad, or it could be a nothing burger. Or they might get their shit together and and pass some shit, some emergency shit, because the people are going to starve. I don't know, but what a convenient way to pop things off than to do nothing. Mike Soap says it stays closed forever worked for me. I'm saying, but as the popular meme popping around Facebook, I've seen it a couple different times. Is the government really closed when they're still taking money out of your paycheck? Harvest Hunter says harvest season, so you can't just drop seeds in the ground from your prep seed vault. Gotcha. That's a good point. That this is the end. This is the end. Anyway, do you think the stuff grows instantly, even if it was spring? Are you going to hold out your 27 days to get your radishes? I mean, you can have some of the greens, I guess. I guess harvest season is better than the beginning of the season, when you can't harvest and preserve stuff. I don't know. Rewilder Life said there's a map of the U.S. where where the food stamps go, and the South is red. Most of the South is red in the big cities. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I'm always seeing posts in the local Facebook groups about is SNAP working? Is EBT working? Blah 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 and all this shit. I don't know. I know our grocery bill's gone up just steadily, consistently. John Palmer says, "Dang, and I just planted my garlic." You're gonna have to sit on that garlic. Mike's Homestead says they don't take it from your check. They have rigged so well that others do it for them. That is true. Somebody else takes it out, but I'm guessing that they're still sending it in. Well, I don't really do that quarterly, biannually. If you're in the case of some a couple businesses, I know you never send it in and then end up in jail for it. But whatever. Rewilder Life posted over in the Telegram chat the map of percentage of people that are on SNAP, percentage of the county populations. That's an interesting map for sure. It's going to get interesting. So keep your eyes open. Figure it out. Another thing that's happening here, weird, coincidentally at the same time, if you've been following the 3i Atlas story, if you don't know what that is, 3i, I realized today, I think I put it together this morning, they're named. This is the third interstellar object from outside our solar system that has been spotted and tracked. So 3i, I assume, would be 3 interstellar, because in the article I was reading this morning, it named the other 2 that have come by, and they were 1i and 2i / and then their name. 1i, I can't even pronounce that. Oumuamua, whatever. And then 2i Borisov was the next one. 3i Atlas is in the next 2 days going to become the closest to the sun that it will. Let me see what that word is. Is pen? Where is it? Gosh. Have all these notes right here, and perihelion. Perihelion is the closest point to the sun in an orbit. Anyway, it's predicted to reach that on or around October 29th to the 30th. So basically in the next couple of days, that it'll flip around the sun and I believe come towards us and go closer to us for a while and then move away. So I have really got to the point where I can't tell what is AI generated, what is made up, and what is true about this big old comet-esque thing that's flying through the air. I try to decipher it, and it seems Hunter says, please tell me it's slowing down behind the sun, charging up or something. You know what? I read these articles and I try to fact check them. And it's getting harder and harder. It's getting harder and harder. This thing is definitely a one of a kind. Oh, great. You serious? This thing is definitely one of kind. It's unlike any of the comets that we've seen before go past the the world, become in our view. And in my opinion, in my opinion, it's a spaceship, and a bunch of little guys are going to be here soon. I don't know what it is, but there's explanations, it seems, for all of the I don't want to call it hysteria, but the theories out there. It seems like, so the people that are calling it probably more than it is are claiming, it's putting off different gases, it's speeding up and slowing down and all of this. And as I search these characteristics of the new interstellar object, it seems like there's an answer for all of them. But I also tend to be a little skeptical. And every time I hear people explaining away features and explaining away things but NASA says, but all of this, I go back to like the food pyramid. Well, the FDA puts out the Department of Agriculture, or whoever the fuck put it out. How many food pyramids have they put out and swore that this was the most healthy and beneficial, and come to find out years later that maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was in the best interest of the grain industry, or maybe it was in the best interest of the dairy industry, or maybe not quite in the best interest of the population. So I have a healthy skepticism of the government, and have no qualms that they would lie blatantly to benefit themselves. So is NASA telling the truth? Are the alarmists, I don't want to say alarmists, but are the folks saying that this could be more than a interstellar comet flying through our solar system? Are they actually right? And is the government explaining it away to keep it hush hush? I don't want to say hush hush, but they don't know what the fuck's going on or what's going to happen, or maybe they do, and they just want to keep it quiet. I don't know, but it's getting harder and harder and harder to decipher the truth from the fact, especially on social media with AI, because it seems like every outlandish claim in these stories has plenty of threads of truth running through. So fact checking them is getting harder and harder. Well, you can run it through a fact checker, and it comes back 80 or 90% true, with huge, the biggest thing in the article will be, well, this isn't proven or substantiated, but the reference material that they're referencing off of is, say, NASA or someone that has a vested interest in maybe making you think that that's false. So is it true? Is it false? I don't know. We'll find out. I'm to the point where watch and see is definitely coming into my mind, both with the food stamps, with the aliens, with the road construction, with the cabin build. Everything is really falling into that watch and see. Hunter says, well, obviously NASA needs more funding because they've watched the skies. I saw an article that they've activated the interplanetary defense system. I didn't even know we had an interplanetary defense system. I know they were setting up the Space Force, but do we have an interplanetary defense system? And who is that run by? Is that run by the whole planet, or is it just one? Is it just one country? Who's going to go to battle with the interplanetary armies that are coming for us? It's going to get crazy, guys. I'm telling you. So I believe that from what I follow, this thing's going to get close to the sun. It's behind the sun. It's going to come ripping around the sun, and then end up closer to us after that. Now, John Palmer says the Federation. So, what are you going to do if this thing just like kind of parks up above Earth? It's been cruising past all the other planets. You know, it's been documented quite a bit that this is such an unbelievable path for this thing to be taking, that if someone was out on a reconnaissance mission and wanted to observe as much of our solar system as possible in one path, this would be the path that they would choose to take. And then this thing has randomly been to the closest point of several planets. I believe it was like Jupiter and Saturn and Mars and Earth. It's just it all lines up, which is one of the things that is raising flags about it. What if they've checked out all those other planets and there's nobody there, which is kind of the narrative, that there's nobody on these planets. So we've seen video from Mars. There's nobody there. What happens when they find us and they're like, hey, let's check that shit out? What are you going to do when that thing parks in the sky out there and starts sending explorers down to check out the U.S., the world? The U.S., because I assume that the majority of the folks that are listening to this are in the U.S. I understand that the United States isn't the whole world, and if I was going to explore the world, I don't know if the United States would be the first place I go. But do you think that this world will? Do you think that this world will let them get here? Are we shooting these things out of the sky? Do they have to have a white flag flying on their spacecraft to alert that they come in peace? Do you think they come in peace? Do you think they're coming just to gather information, or are they a warring type of a being? You should start going through these scenarios in your head, because you never know. You never know what's actually going to happen. Hunter says, how mad do you think they'll be when they get here and ABBA isn't around anymore? You can still get their greatest hits, though. So we don't even know what kind of music they like. What kind of music should they have playing when their spaceship lands and we welcome them to the world? What type of genre of music should we have rolling when they emerge from their craft? You might want to start thinking, because in the next couple of weeks, you might have to make some decisions, or just sit back and watch. Anyway, guys, it's an hour. I got to wrap things up here. It was interesting. Hunter says, if the books are correct, the Galactic Federation needs us to fight their war. I ain't fighting anybody's war. I fight enough of my own. Anyway, let's wrap it up here, guys. If you need comfrey, get some comfrey going and get it in the ground this fall, and it'll be ready to pop up in the spring, and away you go with your new comfrey patch. You can find root cuttings at comfreyroots.com. Check them out there. Order some up, and we'll get them out to you. Ship every Monday. Great time. As long as your ground is workable and not frozen, it's a great time of year to get the comfrey roots in the ground and get your plants established coming into spring. So check out comfreyroots.com. You can also check out thelotsproject.com for a blog post on every podcast episode, and recommend products and all sorts of stuff. Website's going to get a little more attention here going forward as I move into this transition in the content for the cabin build, the solar build, and all of that stuff. So anyway, check it out over at thelotsproject.com, and also come find us on Telegram at t.me/lotschat, t.me/lotschat. Telegram is where I spend most of my time, and as I go along, it'll be more it'll be kind of my base hub for interaction. So t.me/lotschat, or if you're on Telegram, if you're on the Telegram app already, you can search us up and find us. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good week. We'll see how it is getting back into the property and see how the road is this week with all the rain. We're supposed to continue to get rain today, tomorrow, Wednesday, I believe. So it'll be pretty sloppy, and hopefully the house wrap held up and kept everything dry inside. That would make my nerves rest a little easier. Anyway, I hope you have an awesome week, and we will catch up with you again next Monday.